Hi, and welcome to Channel 54's weekly climatology report. This week's topic is deforestation.
As always, I'm Jackson Goff.
And I'm Michael Hawk.
This week, you're in for a treat. We'll be reporting live from not one, but two locations to directly show you your impacts on climate change.
Followed by a very special interview with Benjamin Dover. We will now cut to Patricia McGroin. How's it going down there, Pat? Hey there, guys. Thanks for the intro. I'm here today in the 100-acre wood to inform people about the destruction of this beautiful forest and talk a bit of the primary causes of deforestation. Logging can take some of the blame, since things like paper and wooden products are very popular even in this technologically filled world. Some other issues are the clearing of forests for hydroelectric dams, mining, fields, crops, and wooden harvesting. A lot of wood is still needed for burning in factories, homes, cottages, etc. Unfortunately, things don't end here. Up to 3 million trees get burned down each year thanks to accidental forest fires that can devastate entire cities, not just the forests. The last concern, which accounts for about 70% of deforestation, is cattle farming. On another rather disturbing note, here are some facts. 70% of Earth's land creatures live in forests and won't survive the deforestation that is destroying their homes. And think about this. When trees are cut down in order to use the soil for crops, the amount of time that soil is useful is minuscule because it is now lacking the shelter from the tree's canopy and can very, very quickly dry up and become a desert. Fewer forests mean larger amounts of greenhouse gases entering the atmosphere, which means the effects of climate change will become more evident a lot quicker than expected. Back to you guys. I'll keep you updated.
What an insightful report. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yes, absolutely lovely. You know, it brings manly tears to my eyes to see such a beautiful place being torn down for such silly reasons. I really wish that people would understand the impacts before making such a large decision.
Yes, deforestation kills many lovely things in ecosystems. We can only wish that people start to do more research before acting out like this.
I feel what you're saying. Yep.
Sorry to interrupt, Mike, but I've got breaking news down here in Australia, the country of forest fires. A record-breaking fire has just broken out only 2 hours away from the country's capital, Sydney. Officials have almost completely evacuated the area, and there are planes dumping water on the fire as we speak. A fire this large is almost unstoppable, and the sheer heat is outstanding. Over the course of a year, fires such as this one will destroy over 3 million trees, which can raise the CO2 levels in the atmosphere substantially. We'll keep an eye on down here and keep you updated on the growing situation. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Hi, Benjamin Dover. It is Michael Hawk here from Channel 54 Climatology Report. How are you today?
Great, thanks. How are you, Mike?
I'm just great today. Thank you for asking. So, I'm just going to start off with some simple questions.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I just want to ask you some questions about what some solutions in your eyes are about deforestation, how we can fix it, how we can change it, how in our everyday lives we can change the effects of deforestation on our lives.
Well, honestly, I know you've been told, all of you, ever since you were little, if not younger, since it's a relatively recent thing to recycle, but always reduce, reuse, recycle. And let me tell you, folks, there is a reason people keep telling you this. It's extremely important to try and limit the amount of paper products and wood products you buy. And there's really, you can't say that too many times. That's really a cardinal rule to introduce into your everyday routine.
I totally understand that. I think recycling is a great way to keep our environment keeping on going, you know? Is there anything else big you can suggest for me to tell the viewers about examples on how we can possibly help our world?
Absolutely. Another great thing to do, which is also really great for the community, really great for the neighborhood, plant a tree. Each tree actually absorbs a lot of water. If you take away a tree, you could potentially have a flood. So, you know, every tree counts. Plant a tree with your neighbors, plant a tree with your family, your cousins, your friends. Plant as many as you want. It's really a great thing that you can do to give back to the community and the earth.
So how do you feel about wildlife reserves, as in if a species' home is taken over by it being cut down for cattle purposes or mining? How do you feel about something like a wildlife reserve?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure how we feel about this because, of course, I wouldn't want them to just leave the animal and let it go extinct. Of course, that's not a better option whatsoever, but, you know, it's just sad to think about how we our own species, humans, had to resort to putting animals in a reserve because we've destroyed their home. You know, it's just there's definitely two sides to it, but for now, I think it's a good thing that we should keep doing, just because we don't have many other options right now.
I totally understand what you mean. I've heard a lot of ideas from people about water management as something that we really need to keep our eye out on. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I get where you're coming from. See, the thing is, the more trees you cut down, the less water is absorbed into the soil, the less water is absorbed, the drier the soil, the less nutrients, and without water and nutrients growing in the plants and such, an ecosystem will falter, and it will eventually fail, which is something that we just can't have.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, so thank you so much, Benjamin, for being on the show. I really appreciated it today. I always love speaking to you. Your knowledge is astounding.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. Really, Michael, it's a pleasure.
Have a great day.
You too.
Hi, Sam Knorr here. I just wanted to interrupt the program to let you know where this all comes to play in your everyday life. What I'm talking about is global effects, the effect deforestation has on our planet. The first global effect is evident from deforestation is soil erosion. The roots of the trees hold the soil together. No trees means no beneficial soil, which means no use of the soil for agriculture. Next comes the groundwater table. This is the water holding capacity of the soil that also gets reduced when there are no trees. This is because the quality of the soil gets affected when it cannot stay in one place due to erosion. If the soil is not able to retain water, then obviously the groundwater levels will be reduced. When there are no trees, there becomes an evident depletion of biodiversity. If there is no shelter, there is no reasons for animals to stay in that area. Forests provide shelter to animals, and deforestation takes away that shelter. Floods become more and more severe when trees are destroyed. This is because trees provide a major obstruction to flowing water, thus allowing it to filter the water so it becomes in less violent ways. Every cut-down tree contributes to water not being filtered into the ground, which collectively causes more severe floods. Floods result in a major wastage of usable water. This is where it becomes very confusing, but deforestation can cause opposite effects as well. For example, floods and drought. Drought is a large problem caused by deforestation. This is because if all the water is going away in the form of floods, or even in the form of evaporation, there won't be any water left for usage. Lack of usable water will invariably lead to drought. This is all for today, folks. Thanks for listening to the global effects of deforestation. Have a great day.
That's all for today's segment of Channel 54's Climatology Report.
Thanks for watching. We always appreciate it.
Tune in next Thursday at 5:30 to get the update on our report. Bye!
Bye!